Hello, welcome back to TS and Talks. In today's episode, we will be seeing two prominent terms in the management stream, sales and marketing. Often used interchangeably, they are not one and the same. Take a close look at this picture on your screen. It is that of a pushcart vendor selling fast food items. It could be poha, it could be chaats, it could be anything of that sort. The other one is that of an established food joint which has a variety of food items. The pushcart vendor is a classic example of the sales activity, and the food joint, the shop, is that of a marketing activity. By definition, marketing means identifying the customer needs, identifying your target segment, and catering to the needs of the customer. So, what does a shop owner do? Even before setting up the shop there, he would have done a survey of the locality. What is the kind of floating population? What is the kind of residents who are living there? And what kind of food items will be moving there? And are there any competitors in that locality? So he will choose his menu and price them accordingly. Whereas, in the case of sales, it is just exchange of product or service for monetary consideration. This is exactly what the pushcart vendor does. Whatever he has got to offer, you pay him the money, he will give you that. That is point number one. Number two, the strategy, the process. In the case of marketing, as I said earlier, it is identifying the needs of the customer and offering the best product. So when you go to that food joint, you may have many items to choose from, and the shop owner will identify what is that you are looking for and offer you the best one. Whereas in the case of a pushcart vendor, if you are looking for a sandwich and if he is selling pohas or bhajiyas, you may not get it. For that matter, from the pushcarter point of view, he is only bothered of selling his items. He may look at strategic locations which has got floating population, where people are moving around and they are looking for a quick bite. So it doesn't matter to him whether you are looking for a sandwich and he is offering something else. Number three, the process. In the case of marketing, again, the food joint, the shop owner will have strategies in place. He will have marketing campaigns. He would have done tie-up with food apps like Zomato, Swiggy, and all that stuff. Whereas in the case of sales, nothing of that sort will be there. Whatever the pushcart vendor has got to offer, he will persuade you to buy that. It will be a push strategy in the case of sales. Whereas in the case of marketing, it will be a pull strategy where the shop owner would entice you to visit this place with promotional schemes and all the ambience and giving you offers and giving you good quality service and food product, all that stuff. Next point would be the relationship. In the case of marketing, it starts even before production of the food, and it is a long-term relationship. Once you visit the joint, the shop owner would be keen to know your response, how much you appreciate the food, is there any scope for improvement, all that stuff. In the case of sales, it is a short-term relationship. It happens once the product or service is made available. Once the pushcart vendor has got his items ready for sale, he starts a relationship with you, and it is a short-term relationship. And finally, the audience. In the case of marketing, it is a bigger audience. It's a large section. You address to a larger gathering. Whereas in the case of sales, it is one-to-one, individual connection. Marketing and sales are not exactly the same. Marketing is, for that matter, is a much bigger perspective than just sales. Sales is just a part of marketing business. All the best.